Welcome everyone to another unboxing video. This time around we are taking a look at Starter Deck Yugi Reloaded. So this one is, well, by this point it would have been the third, I believe, maybe the fourth, no, the third deck when it comes to an actual Yugi deck. Starting with the first one in 02, then Evolution in 2004, and then they didn't make another one until basically this time around the same time they made these structure decks as well for both Yugi and Kaiba. Anyway, this one here is, if I actually go ahead and go this way over here, I will take a look at the card lineup. So what's really unique about these decks here, both this one and the Kaiba Reloaded, which I will do in the next video, is the fact that they don't come with 40-ish cards, they come with 50-ish cards. Essentially here you say, it says 49 cards and then one ultimate rare card. That's 50. That's not 41-ish like how most decks. So they do give you some bonus cards, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I was not able to get my hands on a burst edition for this one. A little unfortunate. Usually I try to do that, but man, it was difficult. It was really difficult to do that. Alright, so what I'm going to do, of course, is go ahead and open this baby up and let's take a look at what we can actually find in here. Because you're probably going to be surprised, but there's some pretty good treasures in here. There would be more treasures if they were actually first edition, but oh well. Alright, so open that, and then I'm trying to not to destroy the box. Not that I really should care because it's not like I'm going to do anything with it. I basically throw the boxes away after because, you know, nobody really cares. Alright, so here we get, what is this? Okay, basically like some strategies and stuff on how to make the deck better. And oops, on the back side you get some I guess some recommendations as far as what you can actually buy to make it better. There's the Dark Illusion, Duelist Pack Rivals of Pharaoh, Megatin for 2016, Structure Deck Yugi as well, and then this is Chibi card case. Oh my gosh. And then Dark Side Dimensions Movie Pack and Legendary Decks too. That's a product that I definitely want to get. Let me know if you do want to see that. That's a product I do want to get somehow, some way, aside from just decks all the time. But if you're interested in that, plus even other products like Dual Devastator and what do they call like Yugi's Legendary Decks, those are some pretty cool ones. So these here have the phases on them. Like I keep saying in these videos, I know I sound like a broken record, but I personally love the ones that for starter deck have the phases imprinted on here, because for beginners it's actually a great marketing strategy. It makes it a little bit easier for them to know what to do in each phase, and I think retainment is overall better with that, you know, if you make it a little better for new players. Anyway, here's the cards. The pack of cards looks a tiny bit thicker because there are 50 instead of 41-ish around there, so that's why it looks a little bit different. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we actually got here. So the first one, as you saw in the very back, it said you get one ultimate rare card. And this here is in fact the ultimate rare card. Oh my god, wait, what is, do you see that? What is this? Okay, I don't know what that was. I thought it was actually damaged, like it came damaged. Now unfortunately, even by watching other videos of unboxings and stuff, ultimate rares don't look great on camera for whatever reason. They look much better in person, but in camera it looks kind of faded and ghost-ish. That's not how they look in real life. In real life they look different and it's hard to describe that, but yeah, so that's the Dark Magician Ultimate Rare. And now moving on to the commons, you also get a common Dark Magician. That's cool. Mystical Elf, Giant Soldier of Stone, Summon Skull, Neo the Magic Swordsman, Gemini Elf, and Dark Blade for the vanilla. So basically when it comes to this, pretty good cards for a starter deck actually. You know, you got two high defenders right here. You get another Dark Magician, that's always nice to have, of course. You get your Summon Skull, who's treated as an Archfiend card. Old ones don't say that, of course. Still have copies of those Summon Skulls, oh my god. And then you get some pretty high attackers here, this one being the, I guess, least high attacker, of course. But these two are actually pretty solid for a starter deck. Really, all three. I mean, 1700 is not bad at all. But yeah, pretty good mix of vanillas there. Let's take a look at the effects now. So you start with Karibo, pretty outdated by now, but I mean it's there regardless. You get your Buster Blader, again pretty outdated, but still pretty cool to have. Force the Ladybug of Doom, there you get your Magician Girl, so that obviously works well with just Magician decks in general. Then you get your Skilled Whites and your Skilled Darks. So for these, You know, they do give you one of these Buster Bladers, and then obviously they have a Dark Magician girl over here. I'm just putting them all over the place. So Skill White Magicians pair up with Buster Blader, and then Skill Darks pair up with the Dark Magician. These are just some others, randoms in there. Well, not really randoms, I mean, some of these make sense, like Karibo. Old Vindictive Magician, Break of the Magical Warrior, Double Constant, 2 tributes for a Dark. Then you get your Silent Swordsman level 3 and level 5, so you got 2 3s and 1 5. That's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and lay these down, I guess, just right there. Then you get your gadgets. You get your green, your red, and your yellow. All 3 gadgets, all 3 of the original gadgets at least. Electric Virus, Magician's Valkyria, and the Tricky. So this is just a pretty cool one when it came out. You can discard this card to the graveyard, then target one machine or dragon type monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target until the end phase. A little bit of a counter, and much better for side decks, I would say, depending on what you face. It's from these 2 dragons are the one that are more common, but machines were also not an uncommon type at all to have. So you do get your fair share of magicians here. You know, you get your Old Vindictive, Breaker, you know, Magician's Valkyria, the Tricky. Those are all spellcasters basically. And you get your Neo, the Magic Swordsman, Gemini Elf, Mystical Elf, 2 Dark Magicians, and the Dark Magician Girl. And then you get your Skilled Light and Skilled Dark. And these are warriors down here. So pretty good stuff. Moving on to the spells, so you get your Dark Hole, Swords, Black Pendant, Mystical Space Typhoon, Mage Power, Book of Moon, 1,000 Knives, Dark Magic Attack, Magical Dimension, Ancient Rules, Magicians Unite, Soul Taker, and Shard of Greed. Some pretty unique ones here. First of all, you get your staples, meaning Dark Hole, Swords. This one sort of is for starter decks. It's actually very common to see it in the starter deck, so I guess I'll go ahead and put that on there. MST, even Mage Power technically. Book of Moon is mostly in more structured decks than starters, but regardless it's there, you know, so that's pretty cool. And then your 1,000 Knives, and this is actually more so Dark Magician and spellcasters in general. So these are a little bit different, of course. This is mostly for vanillas. It's for normal monsters, so regardless it's cool to have, you know. And then some more magician stuff, Magicians Unite, and these are a little less common to see in starter decks, but it's cool that they're there. And then lastly, your trap cards. You get your Trap Hole, Wabaku, Mirror Force, Spellbinding Circle, Call the Haunted, Magic Cylinder, Miracle Restoring, Zero Gravity, and Rising Energy. The majority of these are also in decks a lot of times. Spellbinding Circle is a little more rare, but to be honest, Shadow Spell is a much better card than that, and you see Shadow Spell a lot more, so it's actually kind of inferior to have that in there. Magic Cylinder, yeah, Call the Haunted, that thing is like the most common trap card you see in decks. Miracle Restoring, Zero Gravity, and Rising Energy, a little less uncommon, but that's essentially your lineup there, as you can clearly see. So there are no extra deck monsters in this one, plus I believe the Kaiba one is like that too. But still, it's nice to get, you know, an additional 50 cards. It's cool to have these, that's for sure. So, yeah. So, as always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you, and as always, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great and, of course, a fantastic day.